Hello everyone. Today we are going to be doing a tier list. Now, I'm going to be doing a tier list on all the characters for Honkai Star Rail, what I think is the top 10. I also have another tier list and another tab that does have every single character put into more of the traditional S plus S A B C tiers, right? But I want to go over the exact top 10 and my reasonings for putting them into the top 10, and then we'll take a look at the more traditional tier list, which is already done. I do already have this planned out, but for the sake of video, I'll be building it right here with you guys, starting from the bottom to the top, and I'll be talking about every single character and why I think they're good or they are where they are, right? Now, this list is going to be primarily filled with 5-star characters, except for one, which is actually the character we're going to be talking about very first, which is Bella. I find her to be really good. I find her to be incredibly useful for a 4-star character. She lowers defense by a lot. She has some AoE. She isn't super skill hungry. She's a great addition to any team to just throw her on there to get more damage for your team. It's really simple. Her utility is really simple, but she's just good. There's another way to say it. She just decreases defense by quite a lot, allows everyone else to do more damage. She doesn't require, she's not, like I said, she's not super skill hungry, so she's not taking all your precious skill points. She just does a good job on the side. She is exactly, I mean, I think personally she's the best 4-star unit. Um, there's one that is really close to her, probably. Well, actually, maybe there's a couple. Natasha was also an option I had here for the 10th one, but seeing as now how we have two more healers who are significantly better than her, I figured she's probably knocked right out of the top 10. All right, next at 9, we have a little bit of a surprising character, if you ask me. But Jing Yuan here, or Xing, oh my gosh, I don't remember how to pronounce his name. The second premium character ever, the Lightning AoE character here. He is pretty far down. I do not own this character. Hey, I'm just going to tell you also right now, disclaimer, I don't own every single character in here. But I've done a lot of research on the game. I've read through all their kits. I've done all this stuff. I've looked at other people's tier lists, other people's thoughts, other people's videos. I've seen a lot of information about these characters. To be fair, information can change based on having the character yourself. I know that I definitely disagree with a lot of other people and have my own thoughts on other characters' kits based on what I've read and seen, and also based on actually using the character myself. So some of the characters, maybe they're a little funky, but I could say for sure definitely the characters that I own, but I'd say I'm pretty close to what I think at least. But he is just lackluster. I've used him as like a support a couple times as well, but from what I'm seeing, he's just he doesn't put up enough numbers. He's a damage dealing character that just doesn't do enough. Lightning typing is really, there's a lot of lightning typing characters, right? And we're beginning to Kafka's lightning, and she's probably coming to 1.2 as well. You know, there's a lot of lightning characters. He's not very sought after. He doesn't deal enough damage. I never feel like whenever I use him as a support, especially, he never wows me. Whenever I see videos of him, his damage does not wow me. Nothing about him is like very like wow, which is more insane for a premium 5-star character that they want you to spend your money on, for him to be as disappointing as he is. Can things change? Maybe we could get more a. No, I just don't know if they will. It really depends on if you're fighting a ton of hard lightning enemies, but still, I don't think he's very good. I don't think he's that great. He's never wowed me, especially compared to any other 5-star in the game. Next up we have Bei Lu here. She's really good. She's just brought down by the point that there is a better healer in the game, a more useful healer. But she's really good. You get her. I would say that I said in my Locha video on should you summon for him, I said that if you have her, you should not summon on Locha, and I still think that's true. Locha really surprised me about how good he was after using him, but I would still say do not. Do not pull for Locha if you have her. There's no point. She does a good job, but it's just someone else just does a better job, right? She's good though. She saw it. If you pulled her early on, if she was your guaranteed, you're swimming. She's good. She heals for a lot. She's good. She's also lightning typing as well, and like I said, there's a lot of lightning typings in this game. So, but she's really good. I don't know much to say about her. She's just really good. All right. Next up, we have Welt. Now, Welt would have been a lot higher before Locha's release here. Um, it's just that because he was the only imaginary character, I'd have him a lot higher. Before Locha, I'd probably have him at 4, probably. 4, he would have been really high up there. But now we have Locha, we have Yukong. His really trademark thing of being the only imaginary character isn't as prominent now. But he's still really good. He is still very, 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 very good. He does great debuffs. He does good damage. You put him on a. You can't have a full mono imaginary team yet. We're going to be getting a new imaginary character very soon, though, from what we've seen on Twitter. But having a mono imaginary team will probably be pretty good because he's really good. Locha's really good at healing. Yukong, who is not on this tier list, so Blade here will be Yukong. Not that she'll be appearing on this one, but she increases imaginary damage like for all the characters, which is really great. Depending on the details for the newest imaginary character, we could see something pretty cool here, mono imaginary, that's for sure. But right now, he's still really good. He's really great. It's just that I don't think he's as special now that we have 2 more imaginary characters. He was really inflated by him being literally the only one. He was incredibly sought after because he was literally the only one. Which was crazy for us to have him like that for so long. But, he's good. He is still good. Don't get me wrong. This is the top 10 units in the game. All right. Having him at 7 here does not mean he's bad. All these characters are good. All these characters you want. Even him. I was saying, like, oh, yeah, he still does good numbers. It's just compared to everyone else. It's like for being a damage dealing unit that doesn't really add too much else. You'd want him to have higher numbers. Next up, we have Clara. I think Clara's really good. I think that a lot of people underrate something really, really good about her, which is that she's incredibly good with very little setup. You don't need to do a lot for her. Her best partner is March 7th, a free-to-play character that you get in the beginning of the game. You have her and Clara, you can clear pretty much any content in the game. You just do that, a healer, you can throw on Natasha, any healer, and then any debuffer, and you have a team that can get you pretty much through most content in the game. Especially simulated universe stuff. They dominate simulated universe. But Clara is really good. She has an excellent AoE. She has counters. She has damage reduction. She doesn't have taunt, but she has like aggro increase, so there's a higher % chance to attack her. Plus, if you have like March 7th, which you have March 7th, then you're able to shield her, which, increases even more her survivability. Plus, also increase aggro torture as well. There's a lot you could do here, and she is incredibly easy to use and does insane damage, even though she's very simple. She's simple but good. It's crazy. She pretty much outdamages everyone on my team when I use her. Not pretty much, she just does. She outdamages everyone else on my team when I use her, even characters from the hunt. So she's really good. She's definitely a little more underrated. I've seen people underrate her a little bit. She is excellent. The counters are crazy, and her best partner is a free play character. I don't know what to say. She's really good and easy to use. That's another thing. Is easy to use. These simpler characters that are easy to use and good do better. It's just a fact. It's true. All right, next up we have Silverwolf. Silverwolf is really good. She is a debuffer, so you could put her on pretty much every single team and make every other team member really good. She can even implant weaknesses, which is excellent. However, she doesn't need a lot of focus. She can do her role without a lot of focus, but you give her a lot of focus, she can be really good. With dupes, her damage can get really insane. Without a lot of dupes, she does a lot more tickling on the enemy than anything else. However, one thing that definitely inflates her and will inflate her in the future is more quantum characters. Right now, we only have 3 quantum characters. We have her, we have Zila, and we have, where is she? Tile Girl. I can never remember what her name is or how to pronounce it, but, and Tile Girl is not very good if you ask me, and Zila is insane. So the more quantum characters we get so that you can guarantee the quantum weakness implant will make her really good. Mono quantum, we do know a lot more quantum characters are coming. At least 2 more characters, at least 2 more quantum characters are coming. 1 of preservation and 1 of abundance. So a shielder and a healer. And the mono quantum team is going to be crazy, but I don't want to be thinking about the future before those units come out. Right now she's useful, but you put her, you get the mono quantum team with the 5 quantum characters that we'll have in the game, then she's jumping up to like 2 or 3 probably, or at least right under the rest of them. She's really good. She would be better if you could guarantee quantum weakness, because that really helps her out and helps out some of the best units in the game. She's really good though. I just she's someone where if you want to deal damage with her, you need dupes or you need a full quantum team, which we can't really do yet. Or a lot of planning where the only weakness that the enemy doesn't have on your team is quantum, so you could guarantee that the weakness implant will be quantum, would be good for her. But she's good. She's really good. I'd say she just has not hit her ceiling yet, which is also good, which means it's someone you've gotten. Maybe she isn't like outstanding to you, but she will get better. That's what the cool part is. She is one of those characters with like insane utility and insane like idea behind this weakness implanting and all these different debuffs that she could do, to the point where she will probably be useful forever because of that fact. All right. Next up we have Jeopard here. Jeopard Shepherd. He is insanely good. He's just really good. He has a revive, which is insane. Being able to revive himself is something you definitely would like on a tank. The shields that he gives are insane. You need to level up his traces for him to get any form of like aggro increase, which is a little obnoxious. But you throw March 7th on the team and you could help his aggro increase and more shields for him, which is really great. But he's very good. His survivability is insane. The revive, no one else revives, so that is just, he is so useful just because of that. He also has like an impair ability. He's really good at freezing, and freezing is good. I mean, there is a whole tree off of the Simulated Universe just for freezing, which if you have him and a lot of other ice type units, that would be a really good build to go for. But he's just a solid wall tank man, and he is the best preservation unit by far, I would say. Just letting you know, the Fire Trailblazer and March 7th aren't being put in the top 3 right now. So he's definitely the best of preservation, that's for sure. He's really good. He's solid. He's exactly what you want in a unit that is a tank. He's exactly what you want. Good defenses. He's got shielding based off of his defense percentage. It is quite a high percentage he could get up to. So he could get fat shields, not only just for himself, but for his allies as well. Even though you'd still want him to be attacked the most because he has his revive. But excellent. He's very good. He's so good. He is definitely, these top 4 characters, well, as far as like 5-star general banner units, as far as things you'd want to reroll for, he's one of them. Him, Branya, I'd say even Clara would be really good. Maybe, no, because you get Natasha, and it's like, you don't really need her. But yeah, they're really good. Let's go to 3. It's Locha here. Locha, I did not intend on being this high when I originally read what he does, but he heals for an insane amount. He heals. He allows other characters to heal during their own turn by attacking. His field is super easy to set up. His ultimate does decent damage. He just does way more damage than he has any right to. All of his healing is based on attack scaling, so it's a percentage of his attack plus a flat amount. So you want to pump a bunch of attack in him. And I figured like, yeah, he'll deal decent damage as a utility unit, right? He'll deal more damage than other utility, but he does so much more damage than I really thought he was going to do. He hits, and he hits hard. And I'm just like, it's not like it's not like he's hitting as hard as like a character from Destruction, or hitting as hard as a character from like Hunt or anything like that. But he does more damage than he has any right to do. He just deals really nice damage that can really help your team out while also having insane healing. His healing is you could just throw like him and then like 3 of the squishiest characters in the game that are like all super strong. You throw him and like Yamcha, all characters from like the Hunt, and you'll be fine. He will heal and heal and heal, and then he'll set up his field, and then those characters will do a bunch of damage and heal themselves. He's got the safety net heal. He is insane, and I really underestimated how good he was going to be. Originally, if my original thoughts was I was probably going to put him at 5 and put these 2 up at least, but no, he was the 3rd best unit in the game. You could argue he's 2nd best as well. I would say hard argue for him to be 1st, but 2nd best, you could definitely argue him as the 2nd best unit in the game quite easily. He's excellent. I loved using him. He's a great character. Very solid. Next up, we have Bronya. I think she is just really good. If you've seen her kit and what she could do, advancing allies, and being able to advance allies' turns is insane. She just increases everyone's numbers by so much and so much and so much. She is wind typing, which isn't, we have Sampo, we have Don Hung, who, you have start off. But, still, her typing is probably the worst thing about her. Wind typing, I feel like that and ice are some of the least frequent typings I go up against. Maybe I'm a little wrong on that, but I feel like I almost never am like, oh, I need to throw a wind character on my team. But she does, but she's not like a damage dealer, anyways. But her action advancing forwards for her allies with her skill, but also she advances hers herself on her basic attacks. I'm pretty sure. I don't actually have her, but I've seen her. She's a must run if you own her. She is a must run. I think she's the second best character on the team, on the game, just because of how insanely easy it is to use her. Her action advanced forwards, how much she's able to support. She's insane. I can't. If you don't think she's insane, you probably need to look at literally one video with her, or you need to just read her kit. Or, then you'd be like, yeah, she's insane. If you own her, you're like, oh my gosh, she's so good, right? What would I do to make her better, though? To be, oh gosh, if I think about that, probably better typing. I feel like wind is not a good typing. But she's still crazy. She's someone like, yeah, you would. She's a character you'd re-roll for. That's for sure. On those like first 10 guaranteed 5-star, I'd say like, if you were someone who re-rolls accounts, she's definitely someone you'd re-roll for sure, for sure, for sure. She just makes every unit around her better. And the number one unit I think in the game is Zila here. She is so good. She does excellent damage. She got even better with the release of Silverwolf because now, as long as you're planning it right, you can make sure the enemies are actually weak to quantum as well, so she'll do even more damage. She's got extra actions on her. She deals insane. I've used her as support quite a bit as a support character. Like, I've used her so I don't own her. I wish I owned her. I wasn't really playing enough when the game first came out. I started, and then Tears of the Kingdom came out, so I didn't play a lot. So I never really summoned for her at all. Which sucks, because I'd still say she is the best unit in the game quite easily. It's very easy to get good relics for her. Her kit's insane. Silverwolf just helps a ton. She's going to be getting even better with all the more quantum units come out, the better she'll be, because Silverwolf will get better, so she'll get better, and she'll be able to full quantum team, and oh my gosh, she's going to be insane, and she doesn't need all that to be number one right now. Oh, brother, she is going to be insane, and she's already so good. All right, let's get to the full tier list here. This has every character. Blade here is actually Yukong. Like I said, she wasn't on this tier list for whatever reason, so he's the replacement. Might as well talk about... oh, that was wrong. I accidentally placed him there. I wanted to place him up here. That's the physical trailblazer here. Might as well as continue further. This stuff is ordered as well as S tier is also ordered as well. From what I think are the best units in each of those. After that though, A tier, A, B, and C, they are not ordered. Might as well just talk about some of my thoughts on some of these. Yeah, Natasha's almost 10th, but we have another great healer. She's great because she's a free-to-play healer that you get. She's good. You'll use her forever until you get one of the premium characters. It is the point that the premium characters exist now, especially Locha, who you technically can guarantee obtain. So that's just one thought about it. Tingyun is a great support if you have a single target, not single target damage dealer, but a single damage dealer on your team. She's a good ultimate, not refund, but ultimate advancement for your allies. Yanqing is excellent. I found that him to do a lot of damage against enemies that are weak to ice. Of course, they need to be weak to ice. Really skill point heavy as well, though. He's a hungry hippo when it comes to skill points. Asta, I think, is just really good. Maybe it's just because I don't have Bronya, so I'm not able to use her as often, but I use Asta quite a bit, and she's really good. The Fire Trailblazer, I don't feel that special. I know people, one big thing about her is that, him or her, whoever you have about her, is that she's a full free-to-play character and full free-to-play dupe character, but I'm just not as impressed by her as so many other people are. I don't know. She does a good job, I guess, but she doesn't do a good enough job, if you ask me. I don't know. She's pretty good. March 7th here. I think she's excellent. I feel like this is probably around the place people put her for free to play tank, preservation type like that. I think she's really excellent um, with Clara here, but also she doesn't belong anywhere above A tier. She's good though. Sushang, I've looked at her quite a little bit. She's a physical hunt character, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct. She's all right. She doesn't deal nearly as much damage as she needs to. There's plenty of other good physical damage dealers like Clara. I guess not many other, just Clara, but she's all right. I don't think she's that special. Himiko is interesting in design, but not the best in use of. I'd say Hook is okay, right? Fire does good damage, really only good against fire enemies, but when you do, she's good. I'm putting her in B. She was up a little too high. B tier, we have Hook there. Sampo is decent, like I said. He was really good at Stellar Flare. I'll tell you that. Other than that, whatever. Yukong, I think she's probably at like the top of A tier. I mean B tier, but I really don't like her. I have her. I use her. Not impressed. Not impressed at all. Maybe she'll be better the more imaginary characters come out because she'll be able to buff the magic characters a lot. But she's hard to use and not worth the difficulty that it is to use her as a support character. Only 2 other characters on the team are able to fully use her buff. It's silly. It's super silly. Danheng, really unimpressive damage. It's beyond squishy. It's kind of crazy how squishy he is compared to other characters in the hunt. Arlen is just really hard to use, and I feel like he's not worth the commitment. Serval just doesn't deal enough damage, but also she's a lightning AoE character. We have another lightning AoE character. We have so many lightning characters and whatever. Physical Trailblazers down here. He's so simple and he's just too simple. He doesn't have anything extra that he can do. You get the Fire Trailblazer and you never switch back. I don't think he deserves to be up really any higher. But he doesn't belong at C tier. I'm not sure why I had him down there. He does what he does, and you can't say any more or less about it. Then we have the Jade lady, the girl that plays the game. I always forget her name. I always forget how to pronounce it. She's just so skill hungry for a chance. And then the thing is, when you get her 4 same tiles, she doesn't do enough extra. There's so much effort and so much skill points you have to put into making her, like, getting her passive and stuff. And then she just isn't even good. She doesn't do, like, anything extra. She's still bad. I really dislike her. Yeah. So skill hungry and for what? And her to pretty much to the bottom. Her numbers are just like puny. Puny. The kit that she has isn't even the worst. Locking her follow-up attack to like one time is bizarre. But it wouldn't be bad if her numbers weren't like so puny. Her numbers are so bad. I don't understand why they have her numbers so low. Apparently, I know that in like the beta, I'm pretty sure she was pretty decent, but they like nerfed her really bad, and it just seems like they just nerfed her numbers really crazy. But it's like her numbers are really low, her kit is like okay, and then there's also just like not a lot of like enemies that are weak to ice as well. So I don't know. She's not good. I don't think anyone is going to argue about these low tiers. If anything, everyone's going to be like, why isn't Welt number 1? People have their favorite characters. But let me know what you think. I feel like this is pretty correct. I don't have, like I said, don't have every character. But let me know what you think, what characters you like, what characters you think maybe I should have a reevaluation on. With that, I'll see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.